everyone, my name is Irma Khusnia. Here I would like to retell a short story with the title The Telltale Heart. On this video, I would like to tell you the summary of this story, the moral value, the theme, the plot, the setting, and the character. And so, the first, I would like to tell you about my expectation with this short story. So, my expectation is um, this story was about someone that have mental illness and then they got loss of control of their mind like that. So this person um, do whatever the his mind or their mind talk like that. So but the true story is this. I want to tell you the summary of this story. This story, written by Edgar Allan Poe and published in 1843, this story is a dark and disturbing tale revealing the anxiety and instability of the human mind in a way that creates a pervasive tension. This story tells about the feelings of murderer who suffers from terrible mental disorders. It starts with people who feel very ill and have lost control of their mind. He couldn't even feel whether he was mad or not, and strangely, now he has a stronger sense. He could hear things he couldn't even hear before. He felt he could hear voices from heaven and hell. He tells that things seems impossible for him to do, but he did them for no reason. It caused by he could not control his mind. He killed his beloved old man just because his eyes were like the eyes of a vulture. He denies to himself that if he really did that, can an angry person make a plan like that? Before killing the old man, he had carried out steps of activities in order to have a way to kill this person. For 7 days, he followed this old man every time around 12 o'clock at night. When the old man closed the door, he put his hand and head between the door, carrying a light covered with a cloth. So the light was dim, but from the old man's eyes, it's not visible. So the old man's door wasn't really closed because of this murder actions, and it wasn't known to the old man because it was really dark in the old man's room. It seemed impossible that he would kill him because at first he wanted to kill him because of his vulture eyes. But for so many days, when his eyes were closed or sleeping, he felt that it was not because of the old man, but because of his eyes, his evil eyes. Even though in the morning he always asks how he slept last night, this old man didn't realize that every night the murderer looked into his eyes when he slept. Then the eighth night, on the eighth night, he did the action. He did the same thing, but today he felt like he had gained power and could eat it faster than usual. He was sure that today he would be successful in carrying out his action. He entered the old man's room without being noticed because the room was thick and dark. Then the old man sat and cried, "Who's there?" Like scared. He just stayed silent, then continued his action, getting closer and revealing the lamp he was carrying. He heard all the small sounds around him, the sound of the clock ticking, the old man's heartbeat, the old man's uneasy fear. He could hear it all. Until finally the light became clear and showed the eyes he hated, vulture eyes. He didn't even see the old man's face, only hard blue eyes, and it made the blood in his body turn like ice. The old man screamed in fear as he fell and held him tightly with a blanket over his head. His heart still beating, but he smiled and he felt success was near. For several minutes, the old man's heart kept beating, but finally the beating stopped. The old man is dead. He took the blanket, put his ear to the old man's heart. No more heartbeat could be heard, and he said, "Yes, he was dead. Dead as a stone. His eyes would trouble me no more." Then mutilated the old man's corpse. He cut off his head, then the arms and legs. He pulled out the three planks that make up the floor and placed the body part there. He actually played neatly so as not to leave any traces that he had killed someone. After finishing his work, he heard someone at the door. It was 4 o'clock in the morning, but it was still not too bright. There were the policemen who came after the neighborhood. The neighbors heard the old man's cries and then called the police. He led the police to come in and engage him in conversation. He admitted that the sound of crying was from him dreaming. He continued acting as if nothing had happened and told the police that the old man was not in his house. However, his head began to be filled with busy voice in his thoughts. He still kept talking to the policeman who didn't leave. He even pushed the chair to make a loud noise to cover up the terrible sound that was in his mind, but it never went away. The sound was getting louder and louder in his mind until finally he couldn't hold it any longer. He pointed at the board and cried, "Yes, yes, I killed him. Pull up the board and you shall see. I killed him, but why does his heart not stop beating? Why does it not stop?" He admitted that he had killed the old man at the end. So that was about the telltale heart. And then here I would like to tell you the moral value of this story. The moral value is no matter how well we hide things or mistakes, a guilty conscience will take control. The theme was about crime and mental illness experienced by a person which has fatal consequences. And then the plot is a person who is experiencing a mental disorder and cannot control his mind. His mind is always filled with voices that guide him to commit heinous act. But in the end, he is also guided by his mind to admit what he has done. The setting was on the old man's room, and the first character is killer. The killer was confident, brave, and confident with what sounds in his mind. And the characters of old man is too trusting of the people around him. So that's all about Retell short story on this video. Thank you for watching and bye.